Sons of the Forest is one of the hottest new games out right now, currently topping Steam's bestseller list at the time of this recording, and having over 200,000 concurrent players on the platform on its launch day. Here's everything you need to know about the popular new survival title. Sons of the Forest is a sequel to the survival game The Forest, which initially launched in 2014 in early access before its full release in 2018. The game features a new story and characters, and while it doesn't take place in the same locale, the heavily forested island that serves as its setting is similar to that of the first game, and was teased at the end of that title as Site 2 in one of the game's two alternate endings. In Sons of the Forest, you play as an operative sent to the island to find Edward Puffton and his family. Puffton is the CEO of Puffton Industries, which made him uber wealthy, taking his vast fortune and spending it on priceless artifacts. One of those artifacts is called the Golden Cube, which Puffton became obsessed with and discovered was linked somehow to the Site 2 Peninsula. After purchasing the group of islands, Puffton began to build a resort on it, but has since failed to contact the outside world. In the opening moments of the game, your character's helicopter is shot out of the sky and crash lands on the island, only yourself and fellow operative Kelvin having survived. The site of the helicopter crash has the possibility of being one of three locations on the island: the forest, the mountains, or the beach. Your companion Kelvin has been rendered deaf and mute by the incident, and therefore must be communicated with via handwritten notes. Like many other survival games, Sons of the Forest has crafting, building, cooking, and many other system staples of the genre. Kelvin can be instructed to help with the various activities, automating menial tasks that the player would otherwise have to deal with. Players will need to maintain aspects such as their hunger and thirst as well, in line with other survival games. One of the biggest ways Sons of the Forest differs from other survival games is with new AI developer Endnight has created to manage non-playable characters. A group of mutant cannibals reside on the island, serving as the game's primary antagonists. The player's choices, such as where they set up camp and what resources they harvest, will alter the ecosystem and therefore alter the behaviors of the cannibals. To face them, the player will be able to not only craft and utilize melee weapons, but guns will also be more prevalent than in the first game. That being said, ammo, in classic survival game fashion, will be scarce, and therefore players will want to rely on melee as often as they can get away with it. To alleviate some of the difficulty of not only having to maintain shelter, hunger, and thirst, but to also face off against a group of cannibals, players can team up with others online, with up to 8 players allowed in a single instance, working together to not only survive, but to uncover the mysteries of the island and find out what happened to Puffton and his family. Sons of the Forest is currently available in early access on Steam for $30. It is important to note that the game was initially supposed to be a full release, with Endnight only pivoting to early access mere weeks before launch. That means players should expect there to be some rough edges in the early weeks and months, but Steam reviews of the game currently give it a very positive rating, with nearly 30,000 reviews marked as such. The first game was in early access for 4 years, so there is the potential that Sons of the Forest's early access period could last as long. There is no word currently on a console port, but The Forest was initially a PC exclusive when it was in early access before coming to PlayStation 4 with the full release, so there is potential for its sequel to do something similar. That's everything you need to know about Sons of the Forest. Have fun uncovering the mysteries of Site 2, and make sure to be subbed to GameSpot for more videos on the game.